What happened?
Carrie anticipated the arrival of her baby.
Meryl.
Like an empty barrel outside the house. Beam. A beam is a heavy board. Modern skyscraper made of several beams. Casual. If something is casual, it is relaxed or simple. It can wear clothes to the party like gym. Caution. Caution is care and attention in order to avoid danger. Read the power sound with caution. It is very dangerous. Contrary. If something is contrary to something else, it will be opposite. It's eaten grumbled outside or on the contrary at the core. Deliberate. You are deliberate on purpose. Rodney made a deliberate attempt to injure Andy. Dissolve. To dissolve something is to make this into a liquid and disappear. I dissolved the parent across the water. Explode. When something explodes, it blows up. My new radio exploded when I put it in. Fashion. To fashion something in the closet or put it in the correct place. Illiterate fashion the seatbelt. Germ. A germ is something that makes you sick. Germs are in everything that you touch. Kit. A kit is a set of all the things needed to do something. Is that the first kit in the office? Puff. A puff is a little bit of smoke or steam. A puff of came with a burnt match. Rag. A rag is a small towel. Please use the rag to clean the desk of the table. Scatter. To scatter something to make it go in any places. I actually those scatter it on my pillow. Scent. The scent is the smell. Julie enjoyed the scent of flower. Steel. Steel is the shiny green metal. The new apartment building with metal steel. Swift. If something is swift, it's fast. The swift tour easily jump over the hurdle. Toss. If you toss something, you throw it softly. You toss the coin into the air. Triumph. Triumph is what you feel when you win or finish something. You raise the award and triumph at the end of this speech. The ice cream cone explosion. One day, John walked into Uncle Ice Cream shop. When he reached the sidewalk, he got the scent of ice cream cone and anticipated eating some ice cream. Several in the drawers, Uncle John has a new steel machine. What is that? It's a cone maker. I built it from the cat. It takes flour from the barrel and put it in the pan. Uncle John said. Then add one water and sugar in here and stir it so a sugar drop. Next, it fed down the beam. Uncle John wanted to look at casual, but Bertie was excited. He made a few swift motions, then turned it on. There was a puff of smoke, and then corn came out the other end. Is it hard to you? Sam asked. On the contrary, it's easy to you. Want to drive? Sam got to descend with caution. He made a deliberate attempt to keep germs out of the door. Soon, Sam had the first score. He smiled in triumph. Gì? Cái gì trong túi rồi? Sarah and John put them on the counter, then on a chair. Before long, Con carried us all the floor. They tried everything that toughest, but they wouldn't stop. What are you going to do? He said. Kick it. George Sam. Uncle John lifted his voice and gave the machine a cat. It made a funny noise, exploded. They were both covered with door. Uncle John laughed, continued Sam was okay. He tossed several reds to clean his face and smile. I guess you have enough coal now. I told it a 100% certainty than at the born. It's something that you make it happen and throw the it into self. I sure hadn't have a subsequently growing up that and closed. But I find myself doing a really honest as though once shoved my couldn't myself to do anything. So I did all the ritual certainty and go on the run and gone the run you didn't feel like it. I do the incantation what you say out loud over and over again because the rush circulated in my life would flow to me and afterward look on. All my need, desire, and goal to meet instant immediately, but even tell them I want the guy got everything. I would say that over and over and go for 30 minutes. Thus crazy and envision got circulating. One circulate my life and see the world of love and friendship and impact and growth and economic and all these things that go physical outside. Arrived it, I see a world of the abundant flow and ocean of it into my mind, envision do thing. And the envision something great enough and certainty do it over and over again to get a physical body as a ritual a time is the day. I call my hour power of 15 minutes to be fulfilled. And all you do is it take 5 minutes and your first ability to get yourself moving and get yourself in state of certainty in the way you move. Ready to feel focused on what you're excited about your life, focus what you want to create, what you bring to a children, what you bring to world. If it's dangerous so steep, most people do opposite in that. They get the problem, they think about doing the work and vision. It's not working I so the vision and not working then I'm merging to do something they taught us to have a potential in that. Little and anything, so instead of the product. And then listen daunting. And guess what you got about the way? They make that add loud so you drop their line and float it not to be least large. This process is the holy grail, and though the program changes, anybody can do it, make it do it and film it, and they do it film it a day. And they got different life and do it every one time, the life changes for the day. It would define by a ritual. Every day can get rituals and do every day grocery a common every year that I know what the brighten, the living question of vision that we see it again and again. One did what on the last grant, but the word in general, the something we could not give up on. As we watch the merchant, the light got the side what you can give up on the bosom cell in the state of almond cup of which. I think a passion come anything related to making money, like making money product. The more the courses people show in the day will scan in other garbage to garbage. That the natural thinking at the soul skeptical. It's like that they fall into the conditioning of well anything that they go into work, I think had to prove it to me before I believe anything. So when they go to approach the thing to make more money, more fun it, and know I'm studying zero. And this thing had to prove to me that had any potential at all before I believe that I will. And though it regret the case, and fortunately the case could hear the truth and resentment, I did even drugs can be the motivate. And the head that term, I got done and the energy and passionate and turned out keeping pure room, walking and they go motivated. Being picky. They get the process actually, they get the culture, they get state, right? The problem is to defend themselves, they're going to raise the budget against low the expectations. Someone to say to me, well, I'm skeptical, I'm passionate, and my response is, no man, you got I take no cost to be skeptical. You don't have to anything capacity critic. And how to graph is not the only one opinion critic and person body and make not a message right and know what. You take the gut to believe and you think something I got do it for you that put your guess on the life because forget the right out. So this idea that are skeptical, they got a purpose to meet big it right and really the filter and so scared dealing. You want to pick the hopes up. You don't get the stuff you might what in hopes up as when get disappointed. I'm disappointed the experience and business grow into life. And there some people disappointment. They try the other people disappointment at driver. And to get the truth, I hate plan B when you talk out and use yourself. That's very dangerous because now what you basically you saying this is my plan doesn't work. I have a fallback man of plan B, but I knew a life with the fried peas first. The reason my other got the suffering pain. I'm at the pit right now because of vigilance. You don't fry peas first, and you do very Christmas poverty, moral poverty, but I fry peace. I thought that they have the sense of certainty they got the born. It's something that you make a habit to draw into the self. I sure have the certainty growing out of even close. Out of from myself doing early on the so one certain thing get myself to do anything. When even ritual certainty I go and you run and on the run I didn't feel like it. I could do the incantation where to say out loud over and over again, get the girl circulate my life. God flows to me in exponential abundance. All my needs, desire, and school are miss intelligently infinite intelligence. I can with God got everything. I could say that over and over and over for 30 minutes. Just great and good, and even that got stuck in my life and see the world of love and friendship and impact and growth and economics and all these things. The physical fitness our life, I see the wealth of abundance flowing ocean of it into my life. I guess I would do these things. And to envision something great enough to bring certainty to it over and over again into your physical body. And a simple ritual give a little 10 minutes a day. I call my hour of power of fitness spirit to be fulfilled. And all do you to take 5 minutes and though the first minute gets moving until you get to cell state, or suddenly you move on the way you breathe, the focus on what you're excited about your life, focus on what you want to create, what you want to bring to a children, what to bring to the world. And it change the state. What people do always say about that, right? They get the product, they think about what envision, not working right. So vision got what the vision got and frozen got uncertainty, they got uncertainty about center and that. They do anything. So they send back the product and listen to damn thing. And guess what that by the way? They make out another thousand job. I don't need for fraud not to believe from that. This process is the holy grail. It's the core game chain. Anything we can do it, make it do it. The feminists that they do it, feminists that then they get different life. They do it the feminist one time, they will like change the days. It that 5 hour ritual really got richer than thinking every day. They got reset. The comment that really I know that the life that live in your vision and we saw it again and again. When you got to work on the lost and regret, when the work in the janitor, that's something you could not give up on. As we watching one client, they got the side of the one got up on and put themselves in the state of momentum of a couple of richer. I think it's best to come anything made to making money, money product promise. Of course, they were so indebted with scam, they also garbage, true garbage, that their natural thinking that is so skeptical as though like they fall into the condition of, well, anything is going to work. I think had to prove it to me before I believe anything. So when they go to approach the thing to make more money, they'll go like, I'm starting at zero and this thing had to prove to me that have the anti potential at all before I believe it grow. I go through that the case. Unfortunately, I get them. Somebody said to me in my business, it can more motivator and hit that term, it go with energy and passionate, stand out in people in room. Rock and they go motivated them. I be the peak state. You get a top athlete, you get the unconscious, you get a state. Right? The problem is to defend themselves. They don't despise it again. They got the expectation. They want to say to me, well, I'm skeptical, I'm pessimistic, and my response to them, no man, to godness. It takes no guts to be skeptical. You don't have to any capacity to be critic and know how to grab, the earl and the one piece critic and burn somebody, are not mistake. I said, you know what? They got to believe. If I say things, something got to do it for you, whether impose the got the lie, do not forget the right out. So this idea, I'm skeptical, I've got to prove it, the biggest lie, but the real leader for that is so scared of failing. You don't even give the hope that you don't get the hope that maybe want to get help and somebody get disappointed. I mean, disappointed that we experience in our business and growth in our life. And even some people disappointed at least. It try them at the way thing to destroy their triumph. Look at the two. I hate. Plan B. When you start doubting yourself, that's very dangerous.